I'm so excited for you. I've been a fan of yours for quite some time. And what I want to talk to you about in regards to The Lost Daughter is the score. It's
Yeah.
so intensely beautiful and it crescendos at the same time that the action does and comes down at the same time that the action does. So I just wanted to know how you collaborated and worked out that score.
It's interesting. That was one of the very last things that came together, which I know is not always how it works. I mean, there are people who have their composer before they start shooting and they're talking about music, from the second they start. But for me, it was something I wasn't sure. It's like I remember my DP saying to me, she's French, she's like, do not put music in the movie. You don't need music at all. Say, don't put it loud, put it very quiet, and I was like, I know what you mean, but I want music in my movie. Like, I love music. And I came to realize that what I wanted, I don't like film score. I feel like it's a little manipulative, like, bring in and I get manipulated by it all the time. I'm crying because, or like Great British Baking Show, which I love, right? And they're like telling you, like, now you need to be scared just by like putting the drums up or whatever. And I didn't want to do that to my audience, even though it works. I wanted it to be like a found album, like an album from like the 60s or something, like a jazz album or something that you found at a garage sale and you put it on and you put the needle on it and you hear the like static and it just happens to be the emotional music of the movie. And it's its own character. It vibrates against the actors as opposed to telling you what to feel.
That's exactly what it sounds like. And that's exactly what I got. I love it so, so much. I
And how
kind of want
about
to
like,
just
what
go
about
ahead.
like also then there's like the songs, like the Roberta Flack, which is that plays over that whole very important sequence. And she's like another whole character in that scene.
Yes, I love that. Speaking of your DP, a lot of these scenes were shot on a beach. How difficult was that? And how did you coordinate with your DP and your sound designer to get just the right balance between the sounds coming from the water and the dialogue? Because that can be kind of tricky.
Well, that was really interesting. I mean, so there's two questions really there. Like, so Helene is a brilliant DP. I learned so much from her. One of the most important things I learned from her was the importance of prep, and not just, oh, we're going to shoot this in exactly this way and shot list, but truly understanding together with our minds why we're shooting this scene and why we're shooting it in this way. What are we trying to say? Then, if you have to shift on the fly, which with amazing actors, you're always going to have to do, we could like play jazz together because we knew together what the scenes were about. So the beach, look, we had no time. We had no money. We were very prepared. And we had two cameras sometimes on the beach, only on the beach, which was really helpful to us. Because if you notice, like, we have what Leda sees, but then we also often have almost what she imagines she sees, which is in a much tighter lens, much closer. So we could shoot those at the same time. Sound design, I didn't know how impactful sound design is, that just the sound of cicadas changes a kind of idyllic Greek vacation into an oppressive one, and the ramping up of the cicadas or the waves. I found with sound design, it was similar to how I felt about music. I didn't like a digital hi-fi sound. I liked old sounds. I liked sounds that felt chorded in an analog way. I didn't know that until I started listening to them. My sound designer is amazing, an expert, Leslie Schatz. He works with Scorsese. Was really great.
Well, that is my time, but I just want to say this before I dip out. You are a beast in the best sense of the word. I'm so happy to speak to you. I'm so happy you're getting the accolades that you are. I know you've been a big proponent for women in front and behind the lens, and I'm so happy you're getting your moment. Congratulations, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.